or will that make him better on the advantage? But again, if everyone pits and the safety car happens, it claws the gap up a bit. So I don't know if that'll ruin his race or help him.
And we're away. We are lights out there. Campos didn't get a particularly great start there. A great launch, I think that was by Bennett. Also, I think it was Bennett anyway. And as always, the leaderboard is all over the place. So yeah, some of these drivers that we think's at the front are not really at the front. Zyrad has had a great start there. JH next to Jam Ham as they came up. Rouge and Raddy, everyone seems to be okay so far. I think we're going to make sure everybody makes it through nice and safe. And yeah, and it's time for slipstream heaven.
Carnage in the back, Jesus. 3 wide and just... Contact.
I just saw a wee bit. I thought there was something off the BWT done. It seems to go for a wee spin there. And that is SLR Callum there that's fell at the back of the field there with that little contact there, so he's going to drop a lot of places.
Oh, contact! He's got off track. I believe that was a race roller. He tapped the rear end of another car and it's just rear end just went off track, spinning him off onto the sausage curves.
And it's down in 10th place there, so it's been okay so far. There's not been massive carnages I was quite expecting. I thought the levels of carnage I was expecting was to go and go and chicks there.
He tapped his rear end. I couldn't catch who it was because the camera angle gave me the wrong angle. I believe it was Silly Bunny, I think it was.
Yep, the Dams of Silly Bunny, and it was SLR Scopes as well. Both guys have managed to continue. Likelihood I'd imagine would be some damage. Yeah, not ideal, but as I say, it's very, very close racing. And if anything at the moment, you're absolutely laughing if you're Zydrad, because you've opened up a nice 1.4 seconds gap after lap 1. Of course, a long lap around Spa-Francorchamps. And it seems like we do have a continuous yellow flag in sector 2. That's now green. As I say that, despite the fact, as I say, everyone is away from it. And I think we're going to see Scopes into the pits possibly. Try and get through to that. No, he's carried on. Everyone is carried on.
Jam Ham's lost Delta. He's saying he's in P6 with me. He's a minus 0.267 in P6. Everyone else is plus.
I've got different to you. So, well, you've got Zydrad at the front. I have Retro at the front now. Check this out. So yeah,
game's bugging out.
Since as if it's been out for like 4 months now.
Watching an intense battle here with Jam Ham and JH. There was an overtake there onto the finish line, but at the moment there's still battling on for P2 at the moment.
Well, good battles in the midfield as well there. You can see very close between the likes of Race Roller, Sem, McKeown, all very close. Yellow flag in sector 2. That seems to be SLR Owen, who's got caught on something on those medium tyres. Might be some possible damage to the front line as he's going to just stay ahead of Scopes at the back. Yeah, really, really close in that midfield. McKeown seems to have made a move on Sem as well. That'll give him P10. That's one of the time he's in the Justin King? Josh King? That's the football.
Yeah, Josh King.
The Jamie King?
Wants to play for Bournemouth. It's a Sonny King.
It wasn't in F2 for long, and I lost his seat before the end of the year last year. But this is why we need the 21 and 22nd cars.
Well, they said there was supposed to be a patch at some point, but
give us high tech.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, I didn't know. There was I don't even know where the 1.1 patch was. I don't know why we got 1.12.
Zydrad goes faster again there at the 158 for that lap, so slow but surely getting a little bit faster on those soft tyres. A wee bit aggressive move there from Bennett, but just doesn't get close to Southerner, and it actually puts under a wee bit of pressure from Race Roller. I'm on the onboard here on my side. Flag in sector 1. The SLR on in the pits as well.
Got battle for P6 at the moment. Sweet, all side by side with Kraft. Southerners making the overtake on the long straight. It's slots in behind.
I was really worried there at the angle it was at, as you say, just slotting in behind the others to try and get in the slipstream. A few moves along that line as well. Freeman over Sem. I think let's check this out over UK Beast Assassin as well. So it's the Primo over the Uni Virtuosi car. And yes,
I'm going over overtaker. Race roller overtaking Bennett. Taking it on the inside on the corner, just squeezing his way past, and he's just all his way to the outside. Nice overtaker.
So very, very good driving within the midfield, and of course that 8th position, all vital. Reverse pole. So you maybe not get a great amount of points here, but you set yourself up for a fantastic run in the sprint, which of course will follow this after a restarted lobby because of the yellow flag. And finishes Callum.
I believe that's Callum, yeah, that's Callum. Owen's pit as well. He's gone off the mediums.
So not a great race so far for the BWT Arden cars. In fact, Callum doesn't have a front wing, so it's probably going to be half the battle. I think we own is a case of you're on the soft, you're going to hope for that safety car, and then he probably won't be on those mediums again because obviously length of time, those tyres ain't going to last, and well, you can't make that pit stop within the first couple of laps in F2. Remember, you taught me that rule, James. I don't remember.
Yep. We've got a battle for P10 at the moment between McCowan and Freeman. There's just using every bit of the track just to hold each other off. They just gotta get to him on the inside.
And that's the thing. Oh, there's contact there, and that was McKeown that's going way down in the. I think
there was a bit of oversteer there.
The Charouz car, I think that was. I think meet with MP Motorsport.
Yeah, it was between McCowan and Freeman. It was.
As you said, it was really, really close racing. There was a close battle in front as well. And sometimes when it gets so close, these things can happen.
Yeah, I think Freeman just got to the curve with a bit of oversteer and broke speed contact. I think it could be down as a racing. No further action. Again, no control of the car.
So let's see what other battles we've got running about the place. Let's check this out. We're checking out for a penalty. Get Merck's eyeing up JH, less than half a second between them. Race roller again right behind the craftiest Jester, that's 7th and 8th. Also a good battle it seems to be for position at number 12 between 7 UK Beast Assassin. He's right on the rear wing there of the Trident car, but just can't seem to get that wee bit ahead of him. And a nice wee battle I think as well, little Wiggy. And he's just made a wee mistake there. Commentator's curse, and that allows Silly, Bunny and Baggy Fan 1995 to take 14th and 15th place respectively. So all happening in this race so far, James. And the leader, as we speak, Zydrad has entered the pits. JH is carried on. The likes of Jamham, Merckx, and Merckx has got a 5-second penalty are all in the pits as well. Quite a few, I'm not going to list everybody, but we are going to see quite a lot of people here going for the extra lap. Scopes has left the session. He's down in 17th, up to 16th now, way up because of the pit stops. So it is.
An interesting battle side by side with Crafty for P3. Crafty made the overtake into the back section along the straight. It's just holding them off down to along the DRS route. That's
I think we could see a move here. Race roller is right on him. He's got DRS. It's got to be a matter of time. You know, this will just see who breaks well. And yep, race roller up to P3. And if you're GH now, you just absolutely floor it. And SLR Callum and a virtual safety car. And that's not the most ideal thing for those medium runners, because you obviously want to try and get hit into those tyres as quickly as possible.
He's crashed on the corner, which is one of those corners you go too far wide. Snap, you will. Instinct time.
Here he can have some bucks though. That one.
Yeah.
SLR on has got a 5-second penalty speed in the pit lane, but it gives him an opportunity to get back onto mediums, and that'll be him finishing the race. Because the thing is, you can say, oh well, you're going to be finishing 19th place, you're not going to catch everybody. He's going to have the mileage on a medium set of tyres, which is what he's going to be running in the sprint race, so it gives you all that knowledge as well. Let's try to see where Scopes is in comparison to where Zydrad is. In fact, Zydrad's actually only 2 seconds down the road, so he may possibly get slowed down a little bit by that. In fact, Scopes is back in, so
Scopes is back in.
I think he should be okay there. We'll see if GH carries on, or is he going to pit? The leader is going to pit, so let's see if the... Also a very tricky pit entrance as well, it must be said, but let's see if the virtual safety car will help or put these guys at a disadvantage.
Everyone's coming in. Oh no, Silly Bunny stayed out.
What will Scopes do? He's got about 2 seconds to make a decision, and it's
Scopes.
Silly Bunny on his own.
It still is AI, so you put him anyway. Silly Bunny's going to probably been caught out here because everyone else is pitting or fresh mediums, and he's going to start losing time to the gap. 1.9 seconds now. Is that how it is? He's going to instantly catch him up, and he's going to drop him right to the back of the field.
I think the only thing that's really going to make a difference in this race with the lap extra tyres is how people were able to get them heated up, and how quickly the later pitters can get theirs heated up if they can maybe gain a wee bit of time there.
We've got battle between two teammates here of Race Roller and Freeman, battling side by side.
And jump to that.
Just leaving them a little bit of room, but...
A wee bit of love tap there, but Race Roller is going to stay in 9th place.
Yeah, they're in a good position at 9th and 10th in the points, so there's no point trying to ruin it, battling each other.
See, I always wonder with stuff like that, like, are they in the same party, are they talking to each other? Or are they just like, hey mate, I'm passing you, this is my position.
I can't remember. I think it still goes on team parties, or basically admin parties really. Just a bunch of teams joining, going off through last time experience. I think it's just the same as it is on a week. Definitely.
No, I'm no longer on Gilmore either. I was going to say the gaps between particular people would not happen.
There is a couple that there is probably about 3 battles going on. There's 4 battles. There's this one here, what we're watching now, which is Ben and Southerners. There's one between Czech and Sem, and there's 3 at the 16 through 18 battle. So everybody's just jumped into pits. Hang on, someone's just stopped on track. Contact! Oh! Contact! Wait, he's driving back through the pits. What? What's going on? He went in the pits, he jumped back out, and he started driving slowly, and he got someone rear-ended him. And he started driving back through the pits. I was like, okay. Game's proper glitched.
He still says he's on the soft tires as well, so I think that's definitely wasted. Silly Bunny's, in fact, it's now said he's in the pits. This is, oh my god, they've got these such a game, for God's sake.
Yeah, I can't remember who was involved in the contact, but proper rear-ended Silly Bunny.
Just confirm there with Freeman passing Race Roller again. Very close battle between the teammates here. And yeah. They're keeping clean, they're up to 8th and 9th at the moment, and yeah, maybe they will get a bit heated further down the line when it is down to the battle for reverse pole. I've got my timings back now, so we'll finally have some gaps to give you details on. Frustratingly as well, I'm just going to set myself to get a notepad and actually note this stuff down so I can help with the questions, and of course I forgot. As always.
We'll just remember to invite the right people this time.
Just remember what happened at the front. Although to be fair, we haven't really covered the front, if I'm being honest. It's mostly been the exciting mid-card battles.
It's not really anyone to cover really, apart from Zydrad and Jamham and Merck's top 3 who dominate Elite Division. Dominate. Because Hamjam's not here, there's not really any pressure.
And that thing as well, they've all kept each other out of the DRS range, so that's not really been a factor either, although you could possibly look at a lap or so. I mean, we may see Darnell start to close some pressure up on Merckx for that final podium spot. So that could be something to look at. But your main battles, I say, in terms of the timing screens, is certainly that reverse pole. Both of the cars, the teammates are actually clawed up to Bennett as well, so that's getting really tight down in 7th, 8th and 9th. It just takes a wee safety car, somebody to make a mistake, because they're so close, could maybe take someone else out, and someone could benefit massively.
Yellow flag here, we have an off, we have Sem off, he's doing donuts on the basically the Weardale section of the track, as we were told to say this. I'm not going to get used to that, but we have an overtake.
You can follow the rules, James, I'm anti-rules. Darnell's now is 6 tenths, now 7 tenths just behind Merckx, so that could lead to an interesting battle for that final podium spot, gaining ever so slightly. Apart from that, we're getting a 3-second gap at the front side rad to Jamham. If we can look further in the field on my end, see if I can see anything for you, James. Silly Bunny's glitching out again. He's now on medium tyres apparently, and 13th position is what I've got.
He's a lap down for base, I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore. The game's so bugged.
UK Beast Assassin there, picking up a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, hang on. We've got a battle here for P3 at the moment with Darnell actually catching Merckx. Merckx might have made a mistake because he has lost a lot of time to Jamham. He was only a second behind.
Jamham is getting ready to activate that DRS. I don't think a move will be made here, but certainly in a Pau Rouge and a Radian actually. Darnell pops in the fastest lap as well, 1:57.3.
I just slide behind and just wait till he gets a long straight. It's no point waiting and overtaking to turn one because you know you're just going to get really.
And then Freeman at 1:57.1, fastest lap for ART.
Oh, nice. So far he is P7, so he will pick up that extra point.
And we go along this long straight, he's going to activate the DRS. This is where he could make the move, he's plenty of time to do it. But
He's made the move.
He slots into that final podium position. But it said Merckx just needs to keep doing what he's doing. 4th place is still very, very respectable, and it's a nice 5-second cushion to JH there. So maybe the guys that went earlier, as in the top 4 guys, have benefited the most with the tyres there on.
Yeah. Again, there was that virtual safety car which did close the gap up, but no one's pressured either. I think he's had the dominant race from start to finish. A couple of overtakes there. Oh, we've got a three-way battle here for P10 at the moment with Crafty, Beast and Check.
Yellow flag sector 1, although no car is actually passing sector 1 in my mini-map. Cody's again published. Yeah.
It's just showing an empty track for me.
Jamham with the penalty, so that at the moment would put Darnell into 2nd. If Merckx can keep it clean and get a wee bit of pace, he could be challenging for that. As a yellow in sector 2, I think that's one of the BWT albums off again. It's Scopes. It is off there. You still in the battle between Jester, Beast Assassin, and check this out, because you should be checking this out. An easy run of words that was, but aye, this looks like it could be a really, really interesting battle as they come into the final chicane. So Jester's going to be the most bravest in the break, so...
Beast Assassin is just looking for all angles are trying to overtake the Crafty at that P10 position. He's just sniffing his back end. Just trying to claw his way past.
It'll be interesting to see how check this is with the double DRS here. He can pull himself forward as they get ready to hit. Rouge.
At the moment, Beast Assassin is under pressure by Check at the moment. Just arrive it into the DRS section. Be very tight. We've got another battle up ahead. We've got Southerners and Freeman there just there. Apologies about that. My controller completely died on me.
I had a feeling that was the case.
Yeah, your audio's fine. It was like you were talking through all of that. It's like there was overtakes happened. Just no, it just said they're not signed to your controller. They're okay. At the moment, it was only overtake there was P6 and P7, the Southerners and Freeman. Freeman making the overtake.
So it was a really good battle between Jester, Beast Assassin. Check this out, did get ahead, but Beast Assassin just managed to position his car in the best place possible, and now he's got the pressure on craftiest Jester. Bennett could get dragged into this battle, not on track, but that 3-second penalty. Oh, we're going to have a wee move here.
He's just backed off there because he knows he was going to make slight contact there with Crafty.
A wee bit of wheel spin there, but he's got the DRS, so he's going to go for it now and try and take 2 positions. One here and one at the next. Check this out, he's just going to bend his time. Oh, and he's took a wee bit of the rear of UK Beast Assassin. And when issues like that happen, well, craftiest Jester is absolutely in luck because that gets him away out of the DRS. Right, we're going to see a move here. Check this out, he's going to go for it again, the Primer. UK Beast Assassin.
No, he just blocks him off.
Shot one move. Yep. Shot one move and he's used it well.
Thomas is really last couple of laps. These three have been defending well. Or P10 and P11. Check is really struggling to make the oversight.
I look up there for P15 for Sam, and I've given the commentators Cust a baggy fan. I'm on his onboard, and it's a 3-second penalty. Apart from that, not really too many close battles in the field. Everybody's well out with the DRS range. As I say, it's just those 2 battles that are within it. You feel like if there's a few more laps, they could clock back the 1.9 gap at the front, but of course the penalty, so again if Sidrad avoids that, should be fine. Merckx is just 1.9 off Darnell. The other one you're looking at, Freeman the same kind of gap, Southern off the Freeman as well. There's just so many that are just not quite within DRS, but you feel like a wee bit longer into the race and these would have, a longer race would have possibly opened up more battles.
Yeah,
it's a penalty.
It's just one of those tracks people really struggle on. It's just long straights and mistakes can cost you time.
It's also one of those ones where F2 cars, it's just people think that easy to drive, it's F2 game, it's F1 game, sorry.
Scopes is gone.
It's just not been his day of the day at all. Scopes P17, Darnell gets a 3-second penalty. So I think we are looking at a Merckx podium. And if Merckx can gain about 1.4 seconds, then he'd be looking at P2. Battle Scopes there at 151.1. That's a hell of an error. Well, the BWT album car, of course, down in P17. And for each other.
All 3 of them gone. All of them have got wing damage, apart from the Beast Assassin. He was in the lead. Oh, yeah.
I love how we had that collective reaction.
They were doing so well. Is a yellow flag? I don't know who's gone off.
It's Merckx. It's Merckx.
Oh, he was doing so well. He was on for a podium. He's dropped down to P10, P9.
I know that too well. I've crashed there myself. And luckily for Merckx, he didn't get caught in the wall. Like I did, which was terrible, so I couldn't get out of it. But that's so tragic. 2 laps away from the end there. Look at the podium.
He's got wing damage as well.
He's going to be trying to drag that car home to make sure he finishes ahead of Jester, but Jester's going to swallow him up.
I'll let him go, mate. I'll just let your teammate go. Right. He's going to catch it.
And I think that pretty much cements the podium, because even though they get penalties, the 7.5 second gap between Darnell and his teammates is 2 different shades of orange there. Ignore me. But GH Alex did a good battle with Freeman. But your top 3 seem to be quite secure as we head on to the final lap of the feature race of Spa-Francorchamps.
Yeah, let's go down to penalties now. Crafty's not catching it. I think that damage is really effective. He's not catching Mercs.
So that might be the only thing can help Mercs. I don't know if Mercs ever get a penalty, but if he can gain a wee bit of time, Bennett did have a penalty, so.
Yeah.
And Freeman, it's just not going to be any close to GH. But that battle could go right to the wire there, a little wiggy with a 3-second time penalty.
It will go down to the last straight, unless he makes some early overtakes.
Getting other battles on the final lap. In fact, look at that in UK Beast Assassin, who's had a good wee battle where the guys that run about him is the only one that's got kind of DRS between them.
Well, Beast Assassin didn't get it. I don't think he got any wing damage, but he did hit the wall. I don't know, but he went side on, he didn't go front on. So I think he avoided. He got tapped in it because they made contact into turn. I think it was turn.
SLR on with 3-second penalty. I will say though, something a little wiggy. We've not really covered them a lot on the stream, but it just shows you sometimes you keep yourself in trouble. These quiet race.
Someone got off. Just saw an AI car just go off.
Oh, UK Beast Assassin!
Is he gone?
Yeah. Just completely lost the car there and into the wall.
I'm just seeing yellow flags on the yellow roof section. Just constantly go off.
We should probably tell the chat. Zydrad won, by the way. 4.9 seconds ahead of Jumpman in second. Darnell takes the final podium spot. 4th place goes to GH, 5th goes to SLR Freeman, and 6th place is Sutherland. 7th is Race Roller, and 8th place is Bennett, who will take your reverse pole. Merckx over at set of penalty, sees him finish 9th, just ahead of Crafty's Jester. Little Wiggy takes 11th, followed by McKeown, and 12th. And our next waiting on 7th to finish, that could be close between him and check this out. Scopes is retired, McKeown takes 12th. Seb takes 13th, check this out, 14th, Barry Fan is going to follow, and 15th. And then we're just waiting on SLR Owen and Silly Bunny to finish.
Well, Silly Bunny's out, he's in the wall. He's on the finish line on the wall. It's gone and everything. But because he's only within a lap, it'll count as a finished.
It must be one of the few times where you look at your podium and go, not much to ask them. It was a very quiet race at the front.
I called Zydrad and Jamham would get in the top 3 in that order, and I called out Southerners, but he finished 6th, so he kind of let me down because him and Beast Assassin always look strong in this type of race in F2, so kind of let me down. But again, Darnell, solid racing from him as well. Actually, to keep up there with the big boys. Who else has some strong races? Freeman at 14. That's strong racing from him.
Could be a contender for people's driver of the day. In fact, we have to do it if anyone wants to get their vote for driver of the day for the feature race. Of course, we have a driver of the day for both races, so let us know. You've got Zydrad, who, well, let's quite frankly be honest, Lewis Hamilton did. Jamham, you could say Max Verstappen did. Good run there from Darnell. Freeman was really good, as you can see with the position gain. Well, Wiggy, as I said, it was a quiet race, but it was effective. And well, we've got the weight of the votes in the chat. Original, we'll put you in a spot. You're driver of the day.
Mine, I want to go with Zydrad, but Freeman had a really strong race. I think he deserves it more, coming back from the back of the field. But Zydrad started in quali and pole and won the race. No issues, no pressures.
Nicky gives a vote for Freeman.
I'll just see what everyone's saying in the moment. Yeah. For me, it's between Freeman and Zydrad.
It's hard to argue with that.
But my money's on Freeman. We're definitely looking for a restock, so there was a lot of glitches in that race. Yeah, not picking any penalties either. Yeah, solid race and the fastest lap. Solid race.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you say starting 19th in the grid as well. That's quite commendable.
Yeah, we're restarted. So far, only one. Who would you say your driver today was?
I feel really, really bad not saying Zydrad because he has absolutely dominated this race. But, and I think any other circumstance, I think you do give it to Zydrad. I think it's the same case, so you should be giving it to Lewis Hamilton most races. But from an analytics point of view, when you've gained 14 places, you've managed to do it without incurring any penalties, and you've managed to get the fastest lap of the race. I think just on the statistical data will be given, I think you take Freeman on that one for me. Very, very close between him and Zydrad.
Yeah.
And to the stage where I actually feel bad for not saying Zydrad. Honestly, when you dominate a race like that, you should be winning it. But I'll go to main menu while we wait for the next lobby to be set up. We'll play a bit of Pokemon Go while we wait. As James plays his Nintendo Switch. That's how you know I'm a Switch player as well.
Oh yeah. I play a bit of golf. Play a bit of PGA Tour on the chill side.
That's like tomorrow. I've got to fit in. That's my hitting my test. I've got to fit in a league race. I've got to fit in weekend league, and I want to try and get as much done on my day off, which is well, obviously I'm off all weekend, but I try and get as much done on the Friday so I can chill the Saturday and Sunday. You know me, I love just lazing about the FP1 and FP2, so I get that as well. And obviously the Pokemon DLC as well, so busy for somebody that doesn't really do much.
No.
Video games are my life at this present time.
I'll invite you now.
Also, I'm going to do a wee promo on stream. If you play Football Manager, and I'm sad to say, James, I caved in. I saw a price that was just too good that I had to do it. Because obviously the competitive COVID restrictions in Scotland, Shop 2 are doing Football Manager on PC, digital code, Steam, recommended retailer by Sega as well, so perfectly legit. $25.85. Considering recommended retail price of what, 37, 38? I mean,
I can get it for 29 quid.
It's a no-brainer, but you know what I mean, that kind of price on the value for money you get from it.
No, just yeah. It's probably if you get an FM streamer or YouTuber, if you get this 10% discount goes off them, you probably get about 32, 31 quid from prices. But I'm on a website, I can get it to 29 pound 10p. So.
It's like I don't even care for the features, I just want to go the adventure, and I've got a few places eyed up that I'm hoping can be really, really enjoyable.
Well, I only get the discount because the extra discount because I'm a premium member, which is like 10 quid a year. You can get all like skins, face packs, logos, everything you need without having issues with restrictions on clubs and stuff like that. Alright, so we definitely saw a dry sprint race. So with I think it was Bennett in P8. So
Just waiting a few people join the lobby.
We are. Can he both? Oh, we saw Darnell won a race from the back of the grid, from P8 on the grid. From finishing P8, he got pole, in a sprint race, and he won the race. But can Bennett do another one like he did last week? I don't know. Who knows? Wait and see, find out.
I would have watched that race last week if some people didn't sleep in and had elbow. And I'm absolutely not going to let you live that down.
Alright.
Looking forward to it, as you say, one mistake effectively will ruin your race, and in this one, you obviously need to go for it. You're going to be on the medium tyres as well, so it is going to leave a quite interesting race here. Just stay out of trouble, but at the same time be competitive and see what it goes.
So everyone's in. Just waiting for Scopes to select his car, and then we're looking to go.
Spending a few people and we're good to go. If anybody wants to tap off and then we go as well, that'd be appreciated. Thanks.
Yeah, still waiting for it. Wait.
See what's happening in the... Well, that's the thing, I don't get to see the F2 chats, I don't know what people are saying.
No, same here. Don't have access to it.
Right, that's us getting ready to go.
Do it.
Time to get racing around Spa. One final time this evening, of course. Every night this weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, you're going to have different levels of SLR action all around the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. So, if you enjoy what you've seen tonight, every race will have a dedicated commentary team and a stream team. Check them out for some of the best racing. Or not. That's all an interpretation. But no, it's been any race I've been on has been very, very, very fair. And, you know, get involved.
I guess some entertaining races. Doesn't matter what type of level you are. If you, as long as you have some types of experience in racing. If you're looking to get into league racing, give them a message on Twitter or Discord is down below. Contact an admin and they'll get you in touch with the racing team. Put you through for some evaluation races and then see what type of level you are.
A lot of waggies left the session off the bat, although if I'm right in saying this will be a lot of quick retirements and then
Again, that'll start him in the back because if he leaves the session, I don't think he got in time. Don't see his name. I don't think he'll be on the grid. So if he joins now, he'll be at the back of the grid.
of course the drivers will get their usual warm-up lap. We'll have an idea as well.
It'll be a retirement focus, it's the feature race stuff.
Well, no, it'll be the attempt to get disqualified first, and then it'll be the retirement, because obviously formation laps are on, so...
Yeah.
This will be the carnage of the formation lap first and foremost.
I know his car's still on the grid. So.
Oh my god, some beautiful driving here, the guys. Little Wiggy Jones.
Oh no, I don't even bother to move.
I'm envious of the fact some of them can spin so well.
When we try, we fail it. Oh, I got an update. Okay, I will leave that for another time. Just told me I had an update of 35 gigabytes to Watch Dogs Legion.
Ooh. I hate how you can just be doing something normal and then out of nowhere it's an Xbox update.
Yeah, it's on my
Yeah,
other
yeah.
account, so because I'm still logged in, so because I'm doing all the pre-downloads. Are we still waiting for to free people?
Crafty, Wiggy obviously for obvious reason, and Baggy fan, and I think you might be waiting a while because they're just in sector number 2 at this moment in time. And of course they'll hit the retirement and then they'll move
Oh,
along.
Baggy's still trying to retire himself. Crafty and Little Wiggy are actually doing laps. Oh, Little Wiggy's not in control of his car, so
It doesn't have an option. Just doing some window shopping. Window shopping.
as he rejoins the grid for we're about to retire.
As soon as Wiggy will be waiting, I'll just say no real opportunity to sort his car out, so not a problem with that.
I'm trying to remember how many laps is the feature. It's 10 laps, isn't it? The sprint race.
I'd imagine 11. I think 10's too short, but
Yeah.
we will soon find out. Obviously, the length that those medium tyres can go will be the length that they'll be going for.
Freeman's already disqualified himself.
Talented driver. What's interesting is the grid seems to be set for how it should be for the sprint.
We don't see 5 lights, so I guess we're waiting for someone. 'Cause we don't see. We must be waiting for someone. Must be in the loading screen.
Freeman is back.
No idea. Loving them. We went from 12 viewers to 7. Oh. I've just been kicked. The stream's still up, so.
No worries.
Let's just get an update on some of the scores. Milan 2-0.
Nah, I got the early pay Sorry, society, mate.
CSKA Moscow 1-1. Ludogorets 1-0. Villarreal 3-2. Al Tel Aviv 1-0. Sparta vs Lille 1-1. Braga 1-0. And Leicester City 2-0. Games are still going on, I think. Yep. Should come very soon.
When you've got an invite, buddy, and we'll go for that.
It said races in progress. I'm in the lobby. Ready up. Are you in the race?
Nope. I was also with you like yourself, invitational.
I'll get you in. No idea if we're in the race because I can't ready up. And if it's spectator, it just puts me in spectator. Starting.
We'll get session in progress here. No session start.
Oh, no, sorry, session starting. Alright. They were in the lobby. Just say spectator when you get.
Yep, I'm sure it's spectating and the session starts in 24 seconds and then kind of holding on 24 seconds.
5 now. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, this is so broke. Oh no.
No, I mean, this game really needs fixing at some point. I think it's got worse from the start. So many bugs with this game. They fix bugs and then more bugs come out. It's like, we don't win with this game. I think just scrap it off. Come back next year. Because there were so many issues with 14, because that was probably voted as one of the worst games back then.
Hey, Hoffenheim goal got. Not who I expected it to be, but a goal nonetheless.
See a couple of cars, suspensions going rocking out up front. Oh, 5 lights? Oh, sorry, formation lap. Get ahead of myself.
9 laps, I was wrong. Just the 9 laps of the sprint race.
I thought it was, 'cause it's usually 4 to 6 laps, usually. Everyone's starting on the mediums, as they should.
As I say, if you can avoid incident, you get every opportunity. You're doing well here. Because to be honest, we're only 9 laps. If you do that, you're pretty much done.
Yeah, it's a race done. It's all about not making any mistakes, save it, don't rush into rash challenges. Too patience. Bennett's found himself in a good position here and starting in the front. Race roll, Southerners, Freeman positions. JH, Darnell, P6. You know, Jam Hands Ida, 7th, 8th.
It'll be interesting to see, you know, who can deal with the pressure of being out in front, you know, if anyone will make a mistake or if they're able to hold on and get themselves some vital points in the championship. So really, really intrigued to see how this goes down. Could make for a fun one.
Oh, again, Bennett loves the pressure because he's been dominating Division 2. Like so, in the McLaren, but that's again, that's F1 to F2, different type of style of cars. But he has won races before. But again, against guys who race in Division 1 and Elite, it'll be a bit more of a challenge for him. Race roller. Race roller again, dominant driver in these divisions. Southerners, he's been on the podium before. Freeman, again, been on podiums before. Same with JH and Darnell, been on podiums. It's all about can you keep Jam Hands Ida behind them.
I think Zydrad will be wondering, alright, is this what it's like to have a car next to me and having to pass someone? After that convincing victory. And race number 1.
Well, if you win, if he wins the race, he's definitely getting the driver of the day.
Definitely, if you can through from the grid, I say we already feel bad enough that he never got it for race 1 because it was so dominant. But Freeman, you were 19th and you finished 5th the last time, you're 4th now. Can you make it a win? Just get some of the other cars lining up on the grid, I think that's nearly everyone. I'm just giving you a very weird camera angle. So,
yeah, it just starts you behind now from the grid.
and we are lights out and away we go. A few cautious starts, a few aggressive starts, and
looking behind me.
A good old clutch.
I've got a building in front of me, I can't see anything. A couple of cars off track there, yellow flag. All contact, I believe.
Trying to see a bit of what seems like these so far.
Zydrad dropped. Oh, piece of no. Bennett still leads the race. Right, sign it still says Bennett's still in first, but I don't believe it to be true.
Silly Bunny has retired on track there, a bit of a collision, and then I think he's just gave up because that far behind. I don't know if it's a VSC or an actual safety car. I couldn't quite get a camera view. It's a VSC, again using my
doesn't show anything.
Lewis Hamilton-ness and checking the wee screen that says VSC on it. You should check your wee boxes on the track then, that gives you all the information you need, and we are green again in Spa.
Just shows me a green track, right?
Honestly, the wee boxes have made that so much easier, so thanks to Lewis Hamilton for missing that. It's
battling for P3 at the moment with Freeman, Southerners and JH. I think Freeman made the overtake as well.
He's up a position from his start. So biggest gainer, UK Beast Assassin, up from 19 to 14. Baggy Fan up to 11th, 4th place gain there. A few people losing 4 places. Merckx was at 4, but he has passed a lot Wiggy there. And yeah, so far, apart from the issue with Silly Bunny, it seems to be a reasonably clean lap. Number 1 at this present time. Race Roller right behind Bennett at the front. Just over a 10 if you like to think, you know, if he can keep the pressure on and make it the run out of a corner. Oh, he's practically rear wing to front line there. Hamjam
is all over Darnell. He's just it was all over him in the DRS section. I know it's now looking to go side by side into turn 1 onto the inside. Bit of ghosting going on. Oh, a little bit of contact.
Couple of cars ghosting at each other. I saw that there. It was the Dam's car, like a wee bit of a wobble there, it seemed.
Getting a little bit of contact there going through. Oh, and he's off. He's gone. Crafty's gone.
Oh, and that's right in a row for him. How he survived that, though, how he hasn't DNF is unbelievable.
Lost on the exit. I don't know who's leading in the moment. Bennett is side by side. Oh, 3 wide.
I'll tell you one thing, if you're Freeman, you're absolutely loving these two battling at the front, because he is getting right involved and is looking to make a move on Bennett. Of course, Race Roller did take the lead there, so it's a new race leader. And this battle at the front could be action-packed. Zydrad's gained those two positions back. He's back up to 8th, so the Jam Hammer is still in the same position in 7th.
Hey, these ART boys doing quite well. Dominating 1-2 now.
If you're Race Roller, you're like, thanks guys for battling, because I've managed to get a wee 1-second lead, but there is a train and it could be going backwards. Scopes has left the section again. JH with the move up there on SLR, who tried to make the move on Bennett, so they're all close together. A couple of runs get compromised.
Bennett's struggling. Bennett is struggling. I don't know what it is. It's not got any damage, but it's just struggling with the pace.
And it's really bringing the likes of Darnell, Jam Ham, Zydrad all into contention. Then there's a wee 1.9 second gap ahead of Sam.
Oh, free wide there.
This is going to be really interesting when they hit this. Oh, there's a wee bit of contact there.
Oh, contacts. Lock up from everyone.
And I think your major benefactor of that was Zydrad. He's gained 3 positions just on those mistakes there.
Then again, lucky to get P3. He was in P4 at one point, and he's just lost the position now. Zydrad gaining 3 positions from P8. Oh, jeez.
And one thing with all those lockups as well, look at the
I just see
cushion.
I just see a JH gone. He just spun off there in the distance, just before El Rouge, I think it was.
Yeah, we had 2 cars as well, Chester and Owen, so Chester did get some damage. So what I was going to say is basically Bennett, because of all that locking up, has opened up a 2-second gap on 4th place, so that did help him.
Check
this out is gone.
So there's carnage everywhere.
And we've got some sides just a VSC. I'll see if I can get one the onboard.
Yeah, it's that safety car because nothing's popped up from it.
Just VSC.
I don't see
VSC,
a safety car, but it's
one of the cameras with the VSC logo on it. So.
Sem was in AI mode just before the VSC came out. It was literally like 5 cars that just sat holding each other. It's like they're not leaving each other any space. They're all going at each other. Especially onto that last corner. That was chaotic. I believe that is Owen. Owen's lost it. I think he's probably just used the off side of the track, but on for the restart here. I'm like using all the road, using the off track as well, but battle here for P6 with
James, it's not a great exit there from Race Roller, and it looks like it's going to move up the inside possibly. Will they give each other room? It's close.
No, he's fighting his teammate. No, he's fighting him. Giving up position.
That's the thing, that DRS is going to be available up here, and I think this might be an easy overtake for Freeman.
Race Roller says, if you want the position, you have to fight me for it. It's a Lewis Hamilton Bottas moment here.
And unfortunately, I think in this instance, Race Roller.
He's defending.
That weaving there.
It's a good block. There's a lot of weaving there.
And Freeman will take the lead there. So Hamilton on Bottas there as Race Roller goes into second. Then still within DRS, and obviously because of the VSC that has allowed Zydrad to get within the DRS range, so then could be under some more pressure from the cars behind as well. Jam Ham up in 6th place, right behind Sutherland. That's a good wee battle as well. For 5th position, and it just takes one false move from the Universality driver, and it can let the man ripping the Sergio City camera car for Dams and with an opportunity. But lots of close battles. Obviously points are on the line here, and of course the win is on the line between the two teammates at the moment, between Freeman and Race Roller. So it's going to be interesting, you know. Oh, we've got a bumper car there between Jam Ham and Summer.
Probably the biggest battle here is P8 at the moment.
Is Jam Ham,
Yeah,
I think he's...
P10.
I think we might see a move here, James. Jam Ham on Southern Other close.
Oh, contact!
Out there.
There is the front wheel looks at.
Jam Ham a wee bit off track there, but yeah, he's going to keep position. Is he going to dive? Leaning Virtuosi? He's not. Jam Ham is going to be up into 5th position.
They're not afraid to stick their elbows. Jesus Christ.
Hard but fair.
Battle here for P3 at the moment with Zydrad and Bennett. And it shows he's just not got the pace of Zydrad, with there being 2 divisions between them in F1 side of things.
So I'm just looking on the onboard there, both of them have a pretty similar lines going up erosion radian, but you just see that DRS is so powerful in that slipstream. The toe just Zydrad's by them way before they even get to the 150, I think it's 150 or the 200 metre board there, I wasn't quite sure, they went by that fast, but yeah, Zydrad up into 3rd place, and he's got 5 laps now, including this one, to absolutely floor it and see if he can rein in this ART party at the front. And one also to look out for as well, by the way, someone who obviously lost the position of Jam Ham, Merckx is right behind as well, and there's even a good battle for 8th place as the UK Beast Assassin has Sem just less than a second behind as well.
Merckx just glitched out for me, so I expect to be a little bit of lag.
I've got him right on the rear wing of something as they're coming through the middle of sector 2. Oh, and Jam Ham!
Jam Ham's out.
Oh, I just saw it in the background when it was on board their way.
I can't.
UK Beast Assassin.
Yeah, there he is. I just got him.
I believe.
No idea.
Is that a full safety car? Is that, yeah, it looks someone in the pits. I think they're getting a full safety car.
No, full safety car. No one's in the pits.
Yep, the wee board was telling us an SC, so you imagine that's going out for 3 laps, and then you're going to get laps 8 and 9.
Will anyone be bold to pit now?
You're going to lose a lot of positions, but you're going to wear really fresh tyres.
It'll go down to at least 2 laps.
Somebody going to take the risk?
Stay down.
Sure.
Are you going to take the risk?
Surely somebody at the back.
Crafty and JH are on softs already. Darnell's
going to go for it.
Scopes isn't. Crafty's already on softs, so's JH. The rest of the too far away.
My only worry is that they're so far into the race. It's a weird one because fair enough it takes a bit of time to get there, right? But it's a long lap, so they may actually make it back in a good enough amount of time because they'll be going so slow under the safety car. So
yeah,
if Darnell can go ahead of Jester, there's no reason why Darnell can't maybe push himself into the top 10. Depends how aggressive he wants to go. He's not ahead of Jester. Jester's just making turmoil just now. Darnell's exited.
Again, there'll be no DRS though, that's the only thing. They'll just have to rely on pure slipstream.
It's still a good tool, to be fair.
Yeah. So he's going to rely on pure slipstream, plus he's going to be doing at least 2 laps on these tyres. Crafty's already done 2 laps already, so his tyres are already burnt off.
I think as well, those mediums, a lot of them are going to be kind of maybe going off a wee bit, maybe they can keep the temperatures on them. So that could be something, so it leaves it really interesting. Just as if anybody's interested, the usual gaining of positions, Freeman up 3, Zydrad's up 5, Merckx up 3, UK Beast Assassin up 12, Sem up 4, McKeown up 4, Lee 1, Baggy Fan up 4, and Scopes up 6. Biggest loser, JH down 10. Of course, JH on the softs might look at this as an aggressive type to go for it.
Yeah,
They've managed to.
Got nothing to lose, so let's go for it.
12 caught with the safety car so far, so it's not got Darnell and a few others, but as I say, the safety car, I think, if it was going out, would have been indicated it was already, so I think the rest of the field are pretty much going to be fine in terms of catching up. As I say, such a long lap around Spa.
Well, again, but now the gap's closed off. Zydrad's in a good position there to go out all out attack on Race Roller. Probably chance for the win as well. It's all about Couple laps left. Does he have enough in his locker? It's not really anyone else. Got the two UK 30 boys. Southerners and Beast Assassin. And sandwich there with the Mercs. And the last battle for points was Sem, McCowan and Little Wiggy for P8. I think it'll be in this lap. Hang on, we've got a couple in the pits, but again, people left it so late. This will be in this lap.
Yeah, they're going to give us at least 2 laps of racing, so... Like, could you imagine that though, if it's stayed out an extra lap, and just 1 lap of just go for it?
Oh no, it's been done before. Or it was done in the last game where it went to the safety car went to lap 8, where you had 1 lap of... It cost me a win at Australia. So let's just see if when will it come back in. But I assume it will be in this lap. JH will have to catch the pack up. Callum rejoins the grid. Well, this will be a very quick start. Again, can we avoid the carnage we had on quite early on in the race? Swinging quite a few drivers. That'll be one for the steward's room, that will be.
So JH will want to catch up with the field, but you'd imagine they back up so much at this final sector in Spa that you do imagine you'll catch up in plenty of time.
They'll catch him before the chicane anyway.
The safety car is away in the distance.
Yeah, it's coming this lap. We'll start to heat in the tyres, starting to sort of side to side.
All about people getting heat in them again. Don't want cold tyres here.
Oh no, you don't want cold tyres. It affects you quite a lot on the restart.
Oh, and the thing is, he's backing up there. I think we had Baggy fanging at the back of your Wiggy there just purely because of the backing up that was going on. We'll jump to the front and fly in.
Then it went slightly wide, he's affected Zydrad.
Zydrad is going to go 2 laps here. Oh, there's a wee mover on the outside there by Southern. Has he got the move done? That's going to be an interesting one to follow. Get the other there, so that could be quite interesting to watch. Oh, Southern's just slotting in behind Zydrad there, so he doesn't want to go side to side up or Rouge or Radio. He seems to be up it so far, unscathed, good to see. And who's going to be the last of the breaker? I'm going to send the onboard to Zydrad. Gets down. Someone's keeping the car in there where it needs to be, and I think Zydrad just did the better entry point there.
Yeah, got the inside line, which is good from him, good defending.
And very good defending there. Oh, that's even going to be sneaky. Sneak there from there, so he's sneaky moving that.
Great overtake that.
That is fantastic, Nix. If you're listening to this, fair fucking play. Oh, pretty much my language.
I can't use special effects on this.
Very, very well done, chaps. I'm gonna kill my move on Sim.
Yeah, little wiggy there.
Oh, Sim. Oh, and that's kind of throwing McKeown off a wee bit, and that's going to put him right into the trap. So Baggy. Baggy retains P10 at the moment. So McKeown is another clutches of his opposition. Oh, and that's going to bring in any poor line. Give somebody an opportunity. Darnell on those faster tyres. One more lap. I said top 10, James. I said top 10.
Oh yeah.
He's already there.
They'll only top 8 only get points. That's the only thing with this one. Beast Assassin's all over his teammate at the moment, battling for P6.
And now we're on the final lap of Spa. ERT1, ERT2, and then I believe it's the Trident of Bennett, and then it is, I think it's the Caroline of Zydrad. And then you've got Merckx behind in 5th position. This is going to go right to the wire. No DRS, just simple natural racing. Stick on board with the moment of UK beast assassin and see how much that slipstream could pull him towards his teammate. 3.5 tenths, can he get any closer? But he's not going to be close enough, I don't think, on it.
No, he's too far back.
Luca Giotto car remains ahead of the Guangzhou car in 6th and 7th and 7th. Good bit of defending to do from McKeown, but this is where Darnell is going to be dangerous. He's got to try and go aggressive. He's in 2 places to make up to get a point. He's on the far fresher tyres. Obviously a low fuel load now because of how far they are in the race.
Ooh, McCoy made a mistake there. He lost his rear end slightly. Brought Darnell at brings pressure.
How brave is he feeling? Is he going to try and take his team? His sim goes really wide there as well. Really good defending there. It's kind of hindering the line of Darnell, but there's not much you can really do, to be honest. And it's all going to come down to this sprint. This exit of sector 2 into sector 3, and then a sprint.
Staying aboard with Freeman for the last sector.
And we'll see how brave people will be. James will keep it on board with the leaders. I'll see how this battle goes.
Hang on, side by side, looking back for P9.
Bit of contact there, but both captured said. I know the back off with that McKeown's went way wide. It didn't going to send it. Oh!
Freeman crosses the line. P1, P. It's a 1-2. Bennett taking 2nd on penalties. Merckx is 3rd. Raceroller dropped down to 4th. Zydrad dropped down to P8. So he starts 8th, he finishes 8th. But that is a dominant race from there from Freeman and Merckx.
I didn't even notice the penalty for Zydrad, but as I say, the safety car certainly done no favours there. Dropping him way down the field. Great battle in the end between McKeown, Darnell and Sem there. I thought there was at one point where they were going to take each other all out in that last corner, but yeah, great from a lot of them. And UK Beast Assassin on the statistics there with the most overtakes gained, etc. Sees himself up into the driver of the day.
Let's post that in chat, see what we get. But yeah, a couple of surprise ones. Freeman, dominant race from start to finish. He was like 3rd and 4th in the race, and he finishes 1st. Gaining 3 positions, not bad from him. We also had Beast Assassins, or 13 positions to get 6. Solid racing from him, dominant. And who else was there? There was Merckx, getting 3rd on the podium. It's fantastic racing, plus penalties did help him as well. And we'll get the interviews in. Did you take notes?
I didn't my notepad at the start, so no, I did not. Yeah, I think as much as I want to give it to the same as the last time, Beast Assassin for a really good race, I think
Merckx or Freeman had it last time, so it's either between Merckx
no,
and
I
Beast
feel really
Assassin.
bad for not giving it to Zydrad in the first race, because Freeman would have been acceptable in race 2. So I feel like Zydrad has been completely screwed over by our voting policy.
Unless you go for the other one. Freeman, Little Wiggy, really? Hang on, I don't know who. I don't even know who won the weekend race.
Because it's obviously glitched. Well, not glitched, but there's the whole changing him out. The folk retiring and that, but nah, pressure.
So we just get the winners from the 2 races, and then we'll just pick whoever from the.
I'd go with that, yeah. Because also can
podium.
speak to both guys. The guys that, as I say, a lot of the guys up the front were quite uneventful races, in the most part.
No, well, we'll do 4 this week. So no, we'll do 1 and 2 from each one.
Okay.
Be easier. We'll do 4.
You've got your question.
Sorry, 3rd place, lads. Right, who was 1-2 in the first race?
It was your race winner was Zydrad?
It was Zydrad and Jam Ham.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. And it was do you want to help invite? I'll do this for me. Oh, they've all left. Yep, they've all left. Let's go recent playlist.
No, Freeman's asking for interviews, and that's one of the men that was in the top 2 for the
Sprinter race. Yeah, he won the race. It was Bennett who got second place. It was Bennett and it was Freeman. If I can find his name. Yeah, let's. Just remember to include your audio when you join the party, please. Is everyone in? Bennett, Freeman, Gemham. So yeah, everyone's in. Alright, ready to start the interviews? Has everyone included their audio, yep? You guys are? Alright, so we'll start off with the feature race. So we have the usual suspects. Jamham and Zydrad are 1-2 finishers from the feature race. Well, I'm sorry that we couldn't get the third place in, but again, it's interviewing 6 people. It's going to take quite a while. So we're just done the top. Usually do the top 3 from the overall weekend races, but due to having to restart basically the lobby whole race again, we don't know who the overall weekend races were. So we'll just do the top 2 from each race. Again, sorry for Merckx and who finished? Freeman. They got third place from the first race again, so that just narrows one down. Let's start off with Jamham. You there, buddy?
Yep.
Cool. Alright, so again, solid. You had a solid qualifying as well from before we did the restart. How did you find the wet weather racing? Was it a challenge for you, or were you just the dominant in that type of wet weather racing?
To be honest, I found it much easier in the F1 cars. My lap was quite interesting. I was sliding around pretty much every corner, so I was kind of surprised to end up second. I saw I was like purple sector 2, so I was thinking maybe I got a shot at pole, but yeah, either way. I was more than happy to start second.
Yeah, it's one of those ones, F2 ones, they always tend to slide, and it's just one of those struggling ones you really struggle. Again, myself, I struggle in F2 cars in general, but yeah, fantastic for qualifying from you to set yourself up in for the race. How did you find your race? You looked solid, basically you two looked solid from the start, no pressure at all, grid started to open out. Any issues or?
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed that I couldn't win it, to be honest. I felt, especially in that second stint, I was a little bit quicker than Zydrad. I'm not sure if that was necessarily the case, but kind of got screwed over in the pits, losing quite a bit of time for some reason, not quite sure why. But I ended up over a second further behind than I was, and then could just never get the DRS after that. I mean, I ended up with a penalty, obviously, which put me further behind, but I felt like the pace was probably there to win it had I not lost so much time.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's this track. It's one of those ones that you make a mistake can cost you time, especially on the back sections as well. The penalty at the end, it really cost you. But again, you got yourself into the podium, solid racing, decent points for the championship, I believe it is. I don't know what it is at the moment, but Again, fantastic racing from you.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
No worries, man. We have our race winner from the feature race. Zydrad, you there?
Hello. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. I was watching on board with you in the qualifying. You look solid for you. Basically was raining throughout. You look solid, no mistakes. I saw a bit of sliding, but you constantly controlled it. Was it your strong? Were you strong in the rain, or was it a bit your weakness?
I think I was just minimising mistakes because I was on a dry setup. I didn't want to bin it or anything, so I kind of sacrificed a bit of time to just make sure I didn't bin it, really. But yeah.
Yeah, you set yourself up really well lead yourself into the race. And yeah, again, solid racing from you at the start. You look strong from out. No mistakes from the very beginning. Again, Jamham made a mistake, or basically it cost himself in the pits, and you just extended your lead. Again, his penalty.
Yeah, my bad. Yes.
No, it secured you your first race win for the feature race.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Jam was definitely on pace, if not a tiny bit faster. Safety car really not safety car. Him pitting really messed it up. Cost him time. I don't know if that was me having a quick stop or maybe a slow stop. I'm not quite sure. And then I saw he had a penalty in like lap 10 at 12 or 13, and I thought, let's not push. Well, not push, but just not make any mistakes that would cost me the position, really. And that's what I did.
Yeah, fantastic racing from you. Any other questions, Maxi, from our feature race winners? Or?
I think really, because I say it was one of the races where, as I say, both guys kind of had manageable gaps to the people behind in terms of out with the DRS and it being such a long circuit. You know, if you're not really following somebody, you're not going to make much moves. But I say both guys, it seemed like, at least from their perspective, comfortable drives, confident drives for sure. So I don't really know if I'd say there's questions, but more just an analysis of what went down, really.
Okay. Anything else you need to add, or you're going to move on to the sprint race?
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that, as I say. Yeah, it was an enjoyable race, but at the same time, just the gaps that were there just kind of meant it was, again, from our perspective, confident driving from our top drivers.
Yeah, fantastic racing. Right, let's move on to our sprint race winners. Do you want to take this lead, or do you want me to lead it?
I'm happy with you to take the lead.
Okay, so our second place is Bennett. Well, it went down to the wire after a very long safety car. You got P8 in the feature race. Again, it secured you the pole position for the sprint race, but you didn't look that strong. You really struggled from what we were watching. You just didn't have the pace. Do you know what the issue was, or?
Well, I mean, I think it's just a case of the faster drivers were the ones that are overtaking it.
Yeah, well, no, it's because there was like two divisions between you and Zydrad, and then guys behind you. It's like, I knew that was the case, but I didn't know it would be that bad.
Wait, put him down, James. Hold on.
Again, I've raced against Bennett. He's a solid driver. He's quick.
I just think it was a struggle sitting there behind me, and our tyres were already going off, and then they just seemed to have the better of me up the straights, getting the better exit up the corners.
Yeah, there was a few mistakes here and there, but again, I think the safety car helped you.
Yeah,
massively.
I just thought, well, I'm fourth now. I've got nothing to lose. I thought, alright, I'm going to try as much as I can, and then I saw that Zydrad had a penalty, so I thought, right, I could either try and get as close as I can, knowing that that's probably not possible, or just try and go for a move at the start, which I tried to get a wide line, which Sam recommended, because we were in a party. We were going to have randos on a party, he was helping me out big time, and then I got past him, and then I felt quite strong after that, and then I was sort of closing in on race roll, and then on the last lap I noticed he got a penalty. I think it was the last lap or something like that. And then luckily I was close enough and managed to steal a position away from them as well.
Yeah, he was the only one in the top 5 to get a penalty, so yeah, you were pretty lucky there. There was a There was a bit of carnage at the back on lap 1, 2, I think it was. Were you involved with that? Because there was about 6 or 7 cars involved in that.
What,
Like,
in the sprint?
no, in the sprint race, yeah. Did you see any of that, or?
What, at the back?
Yeah, in the mid pack.
Well,
The
no,
base
because
last corner.
I started first, so I haven't been able to see that.
I know. Of course you did.
Got a quick one.
I know-
Sorry,
I know-
James.
Go on, man, go on.
So basically, what I was going to ask is just like, see, when you finish eighth in the first race, you're starting in pole position. Do you ever get into the race with any like a target in mind, an aim? Obviously, you said you believe the guys behind are obviously a wee bit faster, but do you go like I could aim for a podium? Is that in the mindset, or is it just a case of just keep it clean? If these guys pass you, fair play, but I'm going to make it as difficult as possible for them. What's your kind of thinking when you're just about to start the race?
To be honest, I always try and go to be the fastest or finish the highest out of my division, which is always my target. But then, say if I qualify, because that happened before, I started second, I think. But I really wanted a podium, if not top 5, and see where sort of who's around me, and then I'll judge by that. But yeah, I'm sort of trying to go for a podium today because I thought if I can get a good start, and then try and get up there and see what happens, maybe a safety car or something like that, and then I could try and keep the positions, which is what happened. Really got quite lucky at it.
Especially when you see it's the race, it's only 9 laps, so if you get a safety car in that, it takes out 2 or 3 laps, you're effectively in a 6-lap race.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Anything else you need to add, or?
So from my end, so
Yeah, I did notice on the restart of the safety car, there was, I don't know if there was better contact, but you were a bit, I think Zydrad ran wide slightly. I think it gained you a lot to gain an advantage on him. And it caused an issue with him with P4 as well, and the guys behind him. Because he ran wide on the exit, covering all the gaps off. Because he was on the inside and he just drove across, which means he blocked off P4 and P5 to make the overtake. So it gained you a massive lead for P2.
Yeah.
So that really helped you with that.
Yeah, big time.
But anything, yeah, that's all me done on questions. Anything else you want to add on yourself, or? No, all good. And our race winner, Freeman. You there, buddy? You still there?
Yep, hello.
Well, fantastic weekend from you. You done well in the feature race to set yourself up quite well. You what, P4 in the sprint race?
Yeah, P4, yep.
P4, yeah. And basically, you had a little tight battle with your own teammate. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel action there. Was that the intent, or were you in talks with each other?
Yeah, we weren't in party or anything, so we had no agreement or anything, so I just fighting for position, really. Yeah, we had, I think, a really, really good battle. I think we made a little bit of contact a couple times, but nothing too serious. Yeah, I was just trying to get past and build a gap, because I got a little bit quicker than him. Then, yeah, got past, and obviously pulled away quite a bit, and then safety car came out. So I had to try and hold him up quite a bit. So that's why we didn't go until the last corner. So I was able to build a gap, and then, yeah, just kept it smooth for the last 2 laps, build a gap, and, yeah, took it home.
Yeah, you had no pressures from after you made the overtake. There's no pressures after that. Again, the safety car at the very end. Matt may have hindered you a little bit of gap, but you two just sat on 1-2, never gave up. And then there was no pressures from the back. No penalties as well, yeah. Fantastic racing from you.
Thank you.
Anything you need to add, Maxi, or?
The quick thing I'd like to touch on is actually from the first race, the feature. How would you describe that race for yourself, going from, I think it was P19, all the way up to, as I say, well and truly within the points? How did you find that?
It reminds me of Hungary last time. Yeah, obviously quality didn't go too well. I have 0 practice and wet in these cars, so pretty much went off straight away, so that was great. And then, yeah, I was thinking about starting the mediums, trying to go long, but I figured I had nothing to lose, so just went on the soft and made some made quite a few positions in the first couple laps, which helped, and then yeah, it was pretty straightforward. Just had a lot more pace. I felt than the other guys pit stop. I think I gained a little bit from the guys in front, tried undercut, tried obviously helped a little bit. And then a couple guys went off towards the end, and then yeah, I was closing up to JH, and then just out of third sector, I think you guys saw I lost it and pretty much ripped off my wing. I was very lucky not the DNF there, so yeah, just held off Southerners. So yeah, besides that little moment, I was pretty happy with that. Sure.
Well, overall, as James has stated, a very successful weekend for yourself. Considering where you started, I think you wouldn't believe you'd be looking at, two very solid, a points playing position and as I said, a win as well, considering you started in P19. But it just shows a lot can change very quickly in SLR racing, that's for sure. And I can only commend a fantastic set of races for yourself. So congratulations, you've done fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks.
No worries, man. Alright. I think we're all done here. Yeah, are we swapping the driver roles around? Are we giving Zydrad the win for the first and Freeman for the second?
I'm quite happy to go with that, yeah. Because I said, I felt it was very unfortunate, as I say, not to give it to Zydrad in the first race, because it was a proper dominant performance.
Yeah.
But as I say, when you look at what Freeman's done in the second race, I'm quite happy to do the switch there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If he didn't do that, it would have been Freeman. Then I think it would have been Beast.
Mm.
If Freeman didn't win the race, but yeah, solid racing from both of them.
I say Zydrad, I just felt was so dominant in that first race that I feel like I said at the time I was going on the analytics to give it to Freeman, but with Freeman being so successful in the second race, I'm quite happy to go with that decision of Zydrad driver of the day for the feature and Freeman of driver of the day for the sprint race.
Yep. Do you want to see us out?
Try my best. So remember, folks, the SLR is live all weekend with the various tiers that are going to be live on Twitch. I believe tomorrow night is Division
1.
Division 1.
Yep.
Your double header is on Saturday, and that is Division 2 and Division 3. And the Elite Division will be on Sunday. All races will be from Spa-Francorchamps, and that will be on the SLR F1 Twitch channel. So that's twitch.tv/SLRF1. Hit that bell and I'll give you a notification for any time the league goes live. So I was 21 Maxwell, or Maxie. That was original, James.
I'm all good. I don't know if it's easy to add.
F2, we should be back next week, next Thursday, if people set their alarms. I believe it'll be the Temple of Speed live next Thursday night. It will be from Monza for some F2 action.
Alright. I'll see ya.